At the same time, Aurelia is bringing a ton of true damage even to the fight. She has pretty much every damage type. So a Darius, which traditionally takes 1 or 2 damage items and then goes tank, is going to have less options in this matchup.
Yeah, I think one of the really important things for Aurelia is she's going to have to keep. I don't think she can dash in on Darius. I think she's got to keep her dash in case she gets pulled, because Apprehend will cause him to do a percentage of more damage. He's going to ignore the armor of Aurelia, so we need to keep his dash up just in case he gets pulled, unless he can dash away from the pull itself. I think she's a much more mobile champ, and I think she needs to exploit that against Darius.
Yeah, I know. I've seen recently. I was playing a game, watched a Darius pull hit a Tristana midair, and of course, pulled her right back in. So the timing is going to have to be very important. Now we're watching a couple of wards get placed down. It doesn't look like any lane swaps. We had an interesting beginning of the ADCs. I'm a little surprised Hoppy Bunny didn't get in some damage, considering his experience, but maybe he's just being polite.
I think, for the most part, both teams don't really want to fight level 1. I think the advantage for an early game fight definitely goes to blue team in bot lane, because they have that double shot on Lucian, because they have the Zenith Blade on Leona, and because of her passive. I think they're going to win a lot of early trades, but I think as we get into mid-game, Corki's just going to out-damage the both of them, especially if she lands a Zenith Blade. He's just going to Valkyrie away.
At the same time, if Leona can just full combo, you may be able to nuke Corki, and if Morgana puts everything in Corki abandons the fight, they're just going to sweep up Morgana.
That's true. Not having Flash is a pretty big hindrance in that matchup, and it's actually a pretty big hindrance on playing Morgana in general, because you can't get the Flash ults that you really want. However, he's got Ghost, so he could Ghost himself into a good situation. We'll have to see. If they can get a fast combo onto Corki, and then Corki Valkyries away, they win, because they use all their cooldowns, they win the trade, and then they get separated.
I'd like to point out something interesting. Nunu actually started with a pink ward.
Yes.
I can understand that. Nunu brings a lot of sustain to the jungle. But I guess he's looking for an early back. I don't know how long a Nunu could last without pods.
Well, I think he'll be just fine as long as he's holding on to blue buff. I think this is just going to be to get him through his first back, and kind of like I thought with top lane, Drunken Bunny being the aggressor here. He's got Stay Ram down to half health, and while he is farming, he's putting a lot of damage down, just because Aurelia is standing in those Darius queues.
It's a rough matchup, especially early for Aurelia. He probably didn't take his dash right away. I don't know what he took at first.
Aurelia did take dash right away.
Did he?
Yes.
Do we see the ability? Okay, cool. But yeah, he's just getting bullied. They're gonna have to put some pressure up there, or Stay Ram may have a difficult time getting out of this.
Yeah. The real issue with Blade Surge is that it only goes to an enemy minion. So if he's looking to get away, he's got to be fighting behind the minions. That could be the first kill. That's gonna be first blood.
Wow, that is a 330 first blood, pretty quick. And now he's gonna go and take some tower damage. Oh wait, Warwick is coming up to hold the turret. We're watching a early LeBlanc roam.
I think she's just warding up.
Well, I guess it's nice to see a mid laner caring about the team's vision. Normally they're greedy sons of bitches.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's mostly a defensive ward, although, to be perfectly honest, most of the wards from... as I was saying, I don't think they need to worry about too many defensive wards unless they're looking at top lane or bottom lane roaming. I don't think Nunu has a lot of gank potential. It's really, they have to worry about getting baited into a Nunu ult trap, or just being out of position and really far away from home.
And we're watching Stay Ram going hard on the Darius. I mean, Darius is low on mana, but at the same time, he doesn't really need a lot of mana to bring the pain.
No, it's probably not the best idea for him to be playing any sort of aggression here. He needs to get some defensive items early, or just be able to burst Darius out of the lane, which is a really hard thing to do against a Darius. I really think that Irelia is really weak in this matchup.
Now, real quick, we saw LeBlanc laying on some damage on VR. Nudu is kind of hanging around the top bush, which I believe is not warded. I don't know if we'll see anyone backing or any kills in that lane, but we'll definitely keep our eyes on it.
Darius calling for help in the top lane. I think he wants to go aggressive here. He wants Nudu to come in so they can get this kill. Probably right when Darius hits level 6 would be the best time. I don't think he needs the help, and it doesn't look like he's going to get it either. The mid lane matchup is basically going to be a story of Vigor trying to farm Q and LeBlanc telling him not to. Until Vigor hits level 6, he's going to have to go back to get his mana back. Maybe pick up an AP item or a magic resist item, maybe survive some burst. But he did take Ignite, he didn't take a defensive spell. So I would imagine as soon as he gets his mana back and hits level 6, he's probably going to try to all-in LeBlanc. And that's a pretty dangerous notion for LeBlanc because all of his spells are targeted except for the Meteor Drop. And if he gets stunned, the Meteor Drop's going to hit. And so the targeted spells are going to hit even if she goes physical. And that is going to be another kill on top lane.
I don't know if that flash was entirely necessary, but Darius just wanted to play it safe. We're watching bot lane, which is pretty much a stalemate.
Yeah, I think that's because of the lack of a playmaker on red team. On the support side, really hard to go aggressive without landing Dark Bindings. But blue team not playing aggressive in this lane, just trying to farm up, trying to get that mid to late game Lucian that does so much damage, and they're going to hope to try to beat bot lane in a farm game.
At the same time, they may just be waiting out their 6. The Leona Lucian 6 level is pretty hard to fight off, especially compared to the Corki Morgana, which Corki brings some harass at level 6, but I think Lucian's ult is definitely better in a 2v2 situation.
You're right on that regard, but as far as an all-in goes at level 6, Corki's Valkyrie is a beautifully set up ability. There's some aggression on bot lane, and there's Valkyrie. It's not quite. Oh,
the greed is strong.
There goes Summoner heal for blue team. The flash gets him out. There's a gank on mid lane. It looks like Infinite Duress has already been used, and she's not going to get in range to get the kill, but Warwick should clean that up with red buff. No kills go down on bot lane. A lot of spells get used. It looks like Lucian used both summoners, Leona used both summoners, but only a summoner heal out of Corki for red side, so they definitely won that trade.
Lucian probably should be backing here. He's low on health, low on mana, but I think he's very afraid of falling off in farm.
After that brief interruption in the booth, Darius picks up another kill, dunking Irelia, not getting the kill, but the bleed out will finish the job, as it has the past 2 times. Warwick coming up to cover lane once again.
I think what blue team really needed was more of a carry jungle. They're going for some sort of gank, but Warwick choosing not to use his ult at this time, even though Aurelia was pretty close. But blue team doesn't really have anyone getting fed or ahead. Red team's just stalling out, getting little bits of gold boosts, and a fed Darius is a nightmare.
Well, Warwick does have Madrid's Razors and is trying to power farm the jungle, but he's only 2 CS ahead of the Nunu. So, is his power farm really being all that effective? Not really. Here comes more aggression from Darius on top lane. This time Irelia is going to trade back, and rightfully so. The CS lead is about 26 at 10 minutes. That's a pretty big CS lead for top lane, especially the 3 kills. But he decided to finish his Merc Tread so that the Irelia stun wouldn't kill him, and this might be a kill for Irelia. Nope, the last shot...
That's just sad to watch.
The last shot of Transcendent Blades doesn't quite take down Darius, and he will live to fight another day. A lot of aggression coming out on the jungler from the mid laner. Infinite Duress going back down. Absolute Zero will catch 2 people, shredding half of the AD carry.
Running into the Nunu ult, maybe hoping to interrupt it.
I don't think they knew it was there. You do get slowed, but you don't see the ability. So Absolute Zero doing a lot of damage and staving off the aggression. That stun came dangerously close to locking LeBlanc down, but Vigor's ult is down. I don't think they could have pulled the kill out of it.
At the same time, Aurelia almost won that trade earlier, but that doesn't mean Sayrev should be staying top right now. I believe his health works down, so we wouldn't be able to get back to lane very quick, but I really don't think he should be feeding Darius any more kills.
The reason Irelia had the advantage in that last fight is because Darius came in with half health and no mana. And now Darius is coming in super aggressive, gets the kill, and will walk away 2 tower shots away from death. But here comes Minotaur.
Running under tower.
And the Infinite Duress probably wasted. I don't think he could have gotten away.
Probably not, but blue team's kind of desperate. Wants to secure everything. They don't know what random factors could have been thrown into play, and there's no vision up top side. In fact, speaking of vision, we have 1 ward, 2 wards on the map right now, currently. 1 in Dragon and a pink ward for blue side in the Tribush.
Actually, there's 3 wards, but they all do belong to blue team. There's another one in the River Bush. While we were talking earlier, LeBlanc picked up the kill on Vigor. Very smartly not walking around the Vigor stun. In fact, just dashing through it, taking the stun as you get to the other side, but killing Vigor nonetheless.
So now we're watching as bot lane farm is almost miles apart. Sure, they kind of prevented Corki from getting kills, but that 30 farm difference is kind of heavy. And it looks like a Nunu is looking to maybe make a play. I'm not sure exactly what he's planning on doing. And Aurelia is probably going to pick up another kill.
He does flash, and Bleed might get this kill. It'll be close. Does fall to the bleed damage, but flash does end up being worthwhile. LeBlanc probably could have secured the kill on, well, does secure the kill, even after getting stunned. Pops the health pot at the end. Here comes the Warwick Infinite Duress on Darius in the top lane. And now it's time for Darius to take some ticks of damage, and Warwick will pick up another kill. That is 3 kills on Warwick, that's 3 kills on LeBlanc. Those are pretty much the people that are going to be going after the carries for Red Team, and that could be a problem later. Red Team going after Dragon, excuse me. Blue Team knows all about it.
At the same time, Warwick is far up top lane, and we're up against the Nunu jungle. Oh, that failed smite.
He did smite.
There could have been a steal and a desperate ulti, perhaps to end his life on a beautiful note, trying to create snowflakes for everyone to play in.
Nunu did smite early and then walked back into Dragon Pit, tried to pop the Absolute Zero to maybe take some damage down with him. Does not, and that means blue team gets to take the red side blue buff.
Same time, Corki is not wasting any of this time. He's just taking extra farm. Sure, they're not giving him kills, but he knows how to exploit the farm.
The farm lead in bot lane is now up to 51 CS. It looks like Morgana getting taken pretty low by LeBlanc, but that will be staved off by the tower and a Dark Binding. And I think Irelia is going down again in the top lane.
I mean, again, a Fed Darius will be a problem for blue team because he'll be so tanky they can't take him down quickly, and he does so much true damage they can't stop him.
Well, you say they can't stop him, but they actually have plenty of means to do so. And look at where all of the kills for red team are. Darius right now is 6-2, and Irelia isn't worth gold anymore. She's just not giving him that much gold. It's actually more worth his while to keep farming instead of killing her.
Now, I actually used to roam with this Aurelia. Fun fact, back in my college days. He was quite an interesting character. Brand new to the game back then, but he usually has a mid-lane mentality. Prefers to just go ham or go home.
Darius roaming down to mid lane and picking up the kill on LeBlanc. Darius a pretty good match for LeBlanc because the bleed will identify which of the two LeBlancs is the real one, so he gets a clean ult off and he might take mid tower for this.
Red team obviously telling Darius to run around and spread the pain. We'll watch and see if this helps the rest of his team get fed, or if blue team can just stall and hope for some minor lead.
A lot of aggression going down on the bot lane from Hoppy Bunny to O'Beardly. Taking most of his health bar. Might have gotten the whole thing if the Summoner Heal hadn't been popped. The bleed out and the medium damage is going to be enough to take down the block, but they're going for 2. Not going to pick up the kill on Warwick. The ult damage from Vigor is just too much for LeBlanc to handle.
Meanwhile, Aurelia takes the tower top, but her team is telling her, go home, we need you to cook dinner.
Alright. Irelia is going to keep pushing top lane. They need to abandon this bot lane tower or they might lose a base tower on mid lane. It looks like red team's backing up, but they really don't have a reason to. They've got pretty good pick potential. Darius just sneaking away past that Warwick ward to go clear up top lane.
A death squad is surrounding Aurelia, perhaps? Or at least in the area. And they're likely realizing that Aurelia is not worth their time. In fact, if Darius last hits Aurelia, it'll add a CS to his count. At the same time, if he doesn't, he can likely just pick up some jungle creepers. Aggression coming down the bot lane. It looks like Corki is wrecking the enemy team.
Yeah.
Warwick coming in to provide some safety and some pressure.
The Black Shield going down on Corki to keep him safe from that Leona ult. The Zenith Blade hits Morgana instead of Corki, and Morgana's going to be just fine, and Corki's going to be free to lay down a bunch of damage that blue team just can't deal with right now. Corki already has a Trinity Force. He's sitting on 150 gold. He's going to be picking up some kills pretty soon. And Darius is looking like he wants another piece of Irelia. Misses the Apprehend. LeBlanc comes in to help out, but Darius is just going to ignore LeBlanc and pick up another kill on
Everyone.
On both of them. Warwick coming in the passive on his E drops down, so he gets a big speed boost. He's got red buff. There's no getting away from this one, and he won't even try to dunk him out of some health.
At the same time, they may lose their mid-base turret. Nunu trying to give an attack speed buff to Vigor minions.
Not the two you want to be taking a tower. Vigor flashing away from the infinite duress that is up and could have warranted a kill. but we won't get a chance to see that. And now it looks like they're going to lose their first bot tower of the game. Hoppy Bunny closing in on 170 farm. Lucian just now picked up 100 CS. Darius has 135. He's got his Ravenous Hydra. He's got his Maw of Malmortius. He is doing a lot of damage.
We're watching what Red Team really does best, a focus on objectives and a pick on the jungler.
Well, the new pick really means they have to be focused on keeping control of their jungler. This is more for the defensive. We don't want you diving all of our damage dealers. They're letting blue team get really close to this. They do pick up the dragon, but it wasn't to the jungler. So he needs to work on his smiting. That's going to be a dead Leona. I'm really surprised blue didn't go all in here. They probably should have. They need to contest these dragons, or it's going to be all over for them very soon.
Picking up the free kill on... Oh, never mind. Darius going hard. His team likely begging him to share the wealth. Perhaps communism is the best way for Red Team to succeed.
I don't know if I would go so far to say communism is a good idea. But Darius does have all 12 of the team kills. He has the most gold in the game by quite a bit. He's actually got 2,000 more than 2,600 more than their AD carry, who's the #1 farm in the game. Hoppy Bunny could go down. He's not going to go down. The Zenith Blade from Leona is going to secure the kill on Vigor, but they'll get 2 more return kills for their troubles, and this is going to be bot tower. And still, every kill for red team is going to Darius.
We're watching an interesting dual top lane. If it wasn't for the minions, Nunu might die. But that extra health from his Q, just enough to win that trade.
Finally, a kill goes to somebody other than Darius, and it's not worth all that much. I think he maybe got 70 gold. It's not worth your time to kill somebody who's died 8 times in a row. Yes, you want them to back off the tower, but he already got the second tier top tower. Shove him back out of lane. Yes, you got the kill, you get the experience. And I guess they did secure second tier tower on bot lane, so kudos to them. This is not worth a lot of gold.
Now we're watching the Vision War, which consists of a few pig wards and a trinket or two right now. Obviously all the vision is centered around Dragon side jungle, but it doesn't look like anyone's putting much effort in top lane vision, likely because they feel Aurelia can face check the bush for them.
I just think neither team needs to be interested in Baron right now. Red team really doesn't need it. They're far enough ahead in gold, and well, Darius is far enough ahead in kills. That they're just going to be able to outplay these guys without needing to get Baron buff. Morgana narrowly escaping their health. The chains from LeBlanc missing, and the auto attack not quite going to get it done. Hoppy Bunny picks up his first kill of the game at 23 minutes. The second kill for red team that doesn't go to Darius.
Actually, Vigor had a kill. Fun fact.
Oh, pardon me. You are correct. Vigor does have a kill. Killed LeBlanc, I think.
So Hoppy Bunny is the last carry of the team, making him the worst carry of his team. Likely the worst player in this match. Likely the worst player in this tournament.
While you were saying that, he picked up 2 kills, so good job. Big apprehend from Darius, picking up Livid Katana and setting him down. That's going to be an inhibitor for red team. There might be a surrender vote coming up. They're just really flexing their muscles with this blue team.
Yeah, that 10k gold lead wouldn't look too intimidating if it weren't for the fact that they have almost no towers left to defend them. Looks like they're taking a bot tower and then bot in hand. Not much that blue team can do to contest. Aurelia looking to continue pushing top lane. At the very least, she will annoy the enemy team into perhaps a false sense of security.
Nunu using absolute zero to clear the minion wave on top lane and keep Irelia away from that tower. Irelia just now cleared 100 gold, or 100 creep, pardon me. Corki picking up... Nope, Darius picking up red buff. The infinite duress going down on Corki. Valkyrie's away. Here comes LeBlanc with one dash. Does he have another dash in a chain? No. And the apprehend's going to keep Warwick away from Corki. And
Darius doing it. Oh! That's the ult! Setting up the plays! If the team goes hard, they could pull something off, but it looks like they're going to have to back out. Make sure Warwick lives.
A flash solar flare brings down Hoppy Bunny. And Corki, it's still not a shutdown, I don't think. No, that would have been a shutdown.
Bring your attention again to the Vision Ward. We see a few extra red team wards on bot side. Obviously, that was what supported them in their inhibitor destruction, showing again that Vision wins games.
I don't know that I'd call it a war at this point. It's kind of more like red team's putting Vision down and blue team likes to see in the dark. A lot of pings going down on the Dragon Pit. It did just spawn. Red team looking to go get it. Their jungler's in their base though.
Blue team getting some vision on Baron, which seems awfully risky considering the super minions that are likely going to be pounding on their door any second now.
4-man goon squad on the Darius. The last speck of LeBlanc's sigil of malice does not pop. Darius is gonna live. They didn't pop his Maw of Malmortius.
And they're missing the
red team's gonna go pick up Dragon with Nunu in the mid lane. Blue team might have an idea that they're there because of that ward in the bush, but there's no way they can contest it. I think the wards up by Baron are purely defensive. They want to make sure they can contest if red team goes for it. But I think if red team went for it right now, there's no way blue could contest.
At the same time, I would like to point out that even if they can't, Aurelia will contest that Baron.
You say that, but they're going to Baron right now, and Irelia is well teleported to top lane. I don't think she's going to be contesting this Baron attempt. I think they're going to get a free Baron out of this, and I think they're going to wrap up the game pretty quickly shortly thereafter.
Looking to likely slay the minion that has become a thorn in their side. Looks like Corki heading up top. Darius looking to steal the kill, perhaps having marked his territory in blood.
Irelia looking to make a grand escape, or jumping in, doing a lot of damage to Hoppy Bunny. If Darius wasn't there, Irelia might have won that fight, surprisingly enough.
That's kind of beautiful, almost.
A 0-9-0 Irelia almost takes down a 3-2-8 Corki who has double her farm. Irelia's not even sitting on tier 2 boots right now. She's just now bought her first defensive item of the game. And
if Aurelia really is that OP, you know what we should do? Probably should nerf Aurelia.
I don't see that happening anytime soon. But I respect your opinion.
You know, respect is really what this game is about. Obviously, I've learned that from all chat in League of Legends.
I don't think there's a lot of all chat. There are a lot of respect in all chat these days. Especially if you could see the all chat from this game.
Well, at the same time, Aurelia looking to protect safety first, yo. And over here, running a circle around them. As if they are Corderis threats.
Infinite duress goes down, absolute zero goes down. It looks like Abyssal Storm will survive with the last second heal. Oh, Beardly will drop to the bleed right in front of his platform. That is 4 for 0, and this is the ball game.
Aurelia looking to pick up some sort of kill, perhaps increase for KDA beyond
0?
the battle with 0. But the game's over. And that 50 gold goes to Darius.